Now I'm going to show you how to remove an old stump. That annoying stump, you've cut down that tree and you've put in that stump killer that you can get at Lowe's. I think you can get it at Walmart too. I know I've seen it at Home Depot also. But the stump's still there. And to be honest, if you're like me, there isn't that big backhoe with the attachment that grinds the stump. You don't have that. So, well, unfortunately, there is really no easy way to do it, but I'll show you how it's done. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford one of those backhoes. Hey, who knows, if my YouTube channel is a success, I might be able to pay somebody to do it for me. That's the best option. And here is the old stump. You can hardly see it, but we covered it in dirt after we killed it. I drilled some holes in it according to the instructions. I don't know the brand, but like I said, you can find it at Lowe's or Home Depot. Just drill some holes through the wood, and you put in the stump killer, you add water, and it just goes through and kills it to the roots. But then it's a matter of time. You need to wait. It takes a long time to kill that root, and unfortunately it takes a lot more time for that root to degrade and become part of the soil. So what I want to do now is I want to dig it up. So here are the tools required for the job. As you guessed it, we'll start with a shovel. Any shovel should work. This is an old wooden handled shovel. I'd like to replace the handle on that someday, or just get a new one. Sledgehammer, and you'll see why you need that. Pickaxe. You'll notice that both these have the same handle. I think I got these at Lowe's or Home Depot. They're Ames True Temper. They're plastic or fiberglass or something like that. Real sturdy. I haven't ever had to replace one of these handles. So we've got some small nippers, trimmers, whatever you call them. You can get those at Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere, Ace Hardware, you name it, you can get them. And this is just little for digging up weeds. Sometimes it's good to get underneath a root and try to pry with it. Saw. Well, sometimes if you have real difficult time with a root, you got to dig around it and just saw through it. Here, a little hatchet. I prefer Gerber because they hold an edge for a long time, and they're fairly easy to sharpen, and they're lightweight. So you can get those at Sportsman Warehouse, I believe. Even Cabela's carries them. You can probably find some off-brand ones that'll do just as good, but I prefer Gerber. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start digging around the stump with the shovel. Okay, so after about an hour of digging, you notice that I've exposed some of the root system here, and fortunately for the backside there's not a lot, and that's good because I've got a fence right there. There's not very far I can go, but it looks like most of our roots are running to the west and to the north. There's a big one there, and to the east, and then we've got a bunch of little ones around that we can just cut with our little trimmers here, little branch trimmers. That's what we'll use here. Let's get these out of the way. It's a matter of just getting them out of the way so you can get your shovel around them. and dig deeper. Yes, I'm sorry, the digging's not done. Some of the roots you can find that you may be able to pull them up, pull them out of the ground. Unfortunately, this root is bad, but let's see. Some of these smaller roots, you see, you can just pull out. This particular tree doesn't want to be very cooperative, but we'll keep going. Now that we've cut out some of those smaller roots and pulled them, some of those smaller roots came up fairly easy. Now we're going to get to some of the bigger roots. Now keep in mind that when you use these tools like axes and hatchets, it doesn't matter what brand they are, if they're Gerber, if they're Cutco, whatever, whoever makes these, you want to make sure the area you're cutting is exposed and doesn't have a lot of dirt around it, because no matter what the brand, once you chop through a couple of rocks, it gets dull. So you don't want to spend most of your time sharpening. Okay, so this root here, I've cleaned around it. Now I'm just going to use this, again, Gerber hatchet to chop through as close to the stump as I can get without hitting any dirt. There, we got one side. Now we can try to pull that up. Hey, look at that, broke. Unfortunately, after I chopped that root, I discovered there's a branch that comes off it and runs underneath another root. So I need to dig that root up and cut that out of the way before I can finish removing that root. As you can see, once you cut through one root, you'll find another root right directly beneath it, but normally they run parallel with the ground, so you usually don't have to go very deep before they start. You've got a small root system that goes down, but most of it goes out the sides like this. But as you can see, it's not something you can do in 5 minutes, and it's a good long task, but it can be done with the right tools. Now I'm going to chop through that near the base of the stump so I can cut this out of here and get my shovel around there and make sure nothing else is beneath it. Then I'll just start working my way around here. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut through what I can see is preventing it from being removed. I'm sure I'll find some resistance down here, but if I need to, I can use my axe or my pickaxe. It has a chopping handle on the end of it, and again, those are available at Lowe's or Home Depot. Now I'm just going to work my way over this way. It's gonna be a long day. The stump isn't too difficult to work with after it's dead. You'll notice that I cut through there and I was able to just lift this up and it broke. And you can see that stump killer in action. That stuff really works. And remember, you can get that at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. As you can see, the more I cut around and I dig, I start exposing more of the bottom of the stump. And one thing I was reminded of, and before you do this at home, remember to have all the necessary tools with you, including eye protection, because if you don't have eye protection, you can have a piece of gravel fly up and hit you in the eye, and also, of course, to help prevent blisters, because there's a lot of digging involved, you'll want to buy some gloves too. Now that we've dug around the bottom and exposed a lot of the bottom, this is where the sledgehammer comes in handy. Just start hitting it. Try to break anything that's small away from the base of the stump. as you can see, it's getting pretty loose, but I still have some work to do. So after I knocked it with a sledgehammer, it loosened the ground up a little bit so that I was able to dig a little bit easier around these. And you'll notice the side that I thought didn't really have much, that was the side that was keeping me from breaking this thing free. It's getting really loose now. Again, I don't really want to say that there's an easy way to do this, but there's definitely an easier way to do it, and that's to pay somebody to come out and do it. And I might just recommend somebody at the end of the video. Now that I've dug around it more, wow, look at that. You'll see, oh, it's almost done. And there is the easy way to remove a stump. Not. So that was how to remove a stump the hard way. The easy way to remove a stump would be to call my friend Gene with Gene's Maintenance Outdoor Services. You can find him on Facebook, just Gene's Maintenance, Jeans Maintenance. He's got a Facebook page there, or you can call him at area code 208-870-3494. Again, his name is Gene. He owns Gene's Maintenance Outdoor Services, and you can find him on Facebook, and give him a call. He'll remove it for you the easy way.